So the new weapons and vehicles of the coming update is here. And of course, being the guy who does review videos for weapons, I have to give my 2 cents about it. Now first things first, the AVS-36 with a larger 20-round magazine. Darkflow, I do hope you realize that the magazine size isn't the reason why nobody is using the AVS. Like, we're talking over 100 points in recoil. Even when firing in semi-auto, single fire or short burst in extreme close quarters, the gun just escapes from you. It was never really the 15 rounds. And to top it off, you decided to bump that rate of fire up to 800 rounds per minute. I do hope that this weapon is an optional grind. If it's not an optional grind, then it's just another thing that new players has to grind in order to get the AVT-40. Dornier 335 A1, the airplane that has the 2 engines, one in the front, one in the back, has the 30mm MK103? No, MK108, yeah. 30mm MK108, hopefully it has the HFAM rounds so that you can actually shoot tanks with it. Didn't really specify what type of plane this is. Is it going to be a attacker aircraft? Is it going to be a fighter aircraft? But either direction, it's not going to be that good because sure, it's fast, but does it turn well? Does it carry a good and reliable payload? Because for attackers, we have the youngest 188. And even so, we also have the Focke-Wulf 190 in the same battle rating. And if it's a fighter, we have the ME-262. And even so, in battle rating 5, this thing will be going up against jet fighters. So, yeah. As long as jet fighters are still a thing, yeah, no, this aircraft is really not going to do so well. Okay, so kudos to Darkflow for finally adding another British tank to Enlisted, but of all the British tanks to add, you add the Cromwell Mark I, like, I don't mind the Cromwell. In fact, the Cromwell Mark I in War Thunder is one of my favorite tanks to play. But the thing is, in Enlisted, I was hoping that it would at least be in Battle Rating 2 or something. You put it in Battle Rating 3, which means that it's gonna be in comparison with the Sherman tanks. And all in all, the Sherman tanks is just an overall a much better tank than the Cromwell Mark I in that regard. Firstly, like, Cromwell Mark I and Sherman both share the same armor, upper front plate armor thickness, which is around 64mm, and then around like 30 to 40mm sides. Doesn't seem like it's an issue, but the Sherman has sloped upper front plate armor, meaning that there are some guns that will struggle to penetrate from the front. The Cromwell Mark I, you are a shipping box of a tank. To the point where even Battle Rating 1, Battle Rating 2, 50mm from the Germans should be able to pen your upper front plate. And as well as the firepower. Now the 57mm 6-pounder cannon is not too bad. It is decently sized for high explosive splash, as well as the armor piercing shell is pretty good. The issue is, however, in Battle Rating 3 it's gonna be compared against the Sherman. And that means bigger gun, armor piercing with high explosive filler, and of course, high explosive shell itself is very effective at dealing with infantry. All in all, Sherman is just a better overall tank, so only saving grace is that the Cromwell is either a very early Battle Rating 3 tank or a very late Battle Rating 2 tank. What's that? It has high speed and good mobility? My homie in Christ! When is the last time the map actually allows you to use that? And finally, Chiha Long Gun. If open top vehicles have a definition, this vehicle pretty much makes it. But, I mean, it's not too bad of an addition if it's gonna be a Battle Rating 2 tank. Because what I define tank destroyer is that you bring a very powerful cannon to a lower battle rating, for example the Mother 3H, as well as the Su-76. All these vehicles are bringing Battle Rating 3 guns to Battle Rating 2. So it kind of bridged the gap between like Battle Rating 2 and Battle Rating 3. And in exchange for bringing the firepower, you sacrifice armor, you sacrifice your vehicle mobility. Some of it is just like really awkward. The Su-76 is nicknamed Suchka for a reason. So this vehicle pretty much is the exact same thing. If it does penetrate the Sherman tanks from the front, then yes, it will be a decent addition to Battle Rating 2. Especially since, as far as I'm aware of, the strongest tank destroyer for Japan Battle Rating 2 is the Oni Mark II, which is basically Chinu gun on a Chiha chassis. So yeah, just to sum it up, the filler for the tech tree, skeptical about this one, depending on the battle rating placement, okay, decent. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the weapons and vehicles of the coming update. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers!